In the fast, ruthless world of Formula One, certainty is a rare commodity. Contracts, alliances, ambitions, everything hangs by a thread. And sometimes what seems settled is anything but. Today, we pull back the curtain on one of the sport's most intriguing dramas. George Russell versus Mercedes, a standoff that could reshape the balance of power in 2026. This is more than a deal. It's a war of wills, status, and identity. George Russell, age 27, is not just any driver. He is a rare talent, a driver who has waited and prepared his whole life for this moment. Yet, after a season marked by podiums and a race win, he remains, paradoxically, unsigned for 2026. His current agreement with Mercedes expires at the end of 2025. His performances this season consistent, commanding, resilient, would normally make contract renewal a mere formality. But this is not a normal year. Toto Wolff, Mercedes' team principal, publicly insists that Russell and his rookie teammate, Kimi Antonelli, will remain in 2026. But the silence on the contract is deafening. Questions swirl. Why doesn't the ink flow? What is holding both sides back? And who truly holds the leverage? On track, Russell is delivering. He stands among the few drivers capable of stealing victories from the dominant McLarens and Red Bulls. He's proving, race after race, that he is no mere foot soldier, he's a contender. His rookie teammate, Antonelli, commands attention, the rising Italian star. But in the 2025 season thus far, Russell has amassed a points tally and consistency that dwarf his younger counterparts' experience. He has taken wins, outperformed expectations, and provided crucial stability to the team. From Russell's vantage, these results demand recognition, not just as another cog in the engine, but as a pillar of Mercedes' future. Yet, performance alone doesn't guarantee security. In every high-stakes contract, two elements loom largest: salary and term. On both fronts, Russell is digging in. He wants a deal that reflects his elite-level output, a multi-year pact that delivers both prestige and certainty. Sources close to negotiations report that Russell's demands include a 3-year term with potential extensions tied to performance thresholds. He wants not only to be paid like a top driver, rumored to be in line with what Lando Norris earns, but also to secure a margin clause. If he beats Antonelli by a set performance gap, an extension is triggered. Mercedes, by contrast, is reportedly resisting long-term commitment. Instead, the team is offering a 1+1 structure. 1 year guaranteed, plus an option for a second. A far cry from the long-term confidence Russell seeks. Then comes the salary divide. Russell is pushing for figures consistent with top-tier drivers. Meanwhile, team insiders suggest Wolff is reluctant to exceed half of what Russell demands. The chasm between what Russell thinks he's earned and what Mercedes is willing to commit to is now a central battleground. In essence, Russell is selling security and status. Mercedes is buying flexibility. This saga cannot be told without invoking its hidden specter, Max Verstappen. For years, Mercedes has eyed Verstappen as the missing piece, the proven champion who could complete their resurgence. Verstappen, however, has publicly committed to Red Bull through 2028. His contract includes rumored exit clauses, and there have been whispers that he might be released early, a possibility that keeps Mercedes' options open. In effect, Mercedes may be asking Russell to accept a seat with built-in uncertainty. A guarantee for 2026, perhaps, but no promise beyond. That means Russell could be sidelined should the Verstappen window swing open. Russell reportedly insists on protections. His so-called Antonelli clause is one response: win decisively over his teammate, and he forces Mercedes' hand. But Mercedes is hesitant to lock in such conditional obligations. They prefer freedom to, this is not just a contract spat, it is a strategic gamble. Is Russell a placeholder until Max arrives, or the core around which Mercedes rebuilds. Behind closed doors, the tug-of-war is quiet but intense. Russell's management, contract lawyers, and team insiders are locked in a slower chess match. One complicating factor: Russell is represented by the same management group as Toto Wolff. A potential conflict of interest could make negotiations murky. Rumors suggest Russell is considering a management switch to avoid tangled loyalties. Meanwhile, Mercedes plays from a position of strength. The driver market for 2026 is relatively static. Many of the top seats are locked. Russell's options are constrained. That gives Mercedes leverage. The team also values narrative control. Wolff has hinted that they won't drag out the announcement indefinitely, insisting both sides are aligned. Yet, the public ambiguity persists. For Russell, the stakes are existential. Agree to a contract too flexible, and he risks being pushed aside. Hold out, and he risks ending up without a seat or losing momentum. It is a tightrope walk. Amid the speculation, Russell has maintained calm outwardly. He insists there is no stress, no worries, even as he walks a tight edge. He has also said that contract confirmation will come when the time is right. He chose to delay talks during the summer break. He said to rest, recharge, to avoid forced decisions made under pressure. Yet behind the measured tone, sources suggest he is bruised by the Verstappen rumor campaigns. Some insiders say he is no longer comfortable being taken for granted. In short, Russell is quietly shifting from hopeful supplicant to assertive negotiator. As the 2025 season hurtles onward, multiple futures lie ahead. Russell and Mercedes agree a multi-year deal, including performance clauses and the Antonelli clause as a safety valve. This stabilizes Russell's position through 2027, giving him parity with elite drivers. They settle for the 1+1 structure. Russell takes a shorter deal, a bet that his performance will force extension later, but at the cost of long-term security. A breakdown leads Russell to look elsewhere. With limited top seats left, he might be forced into a less competitive team, or sit out if the timing misaligns. Verstappen talks reignite, margins shift, and Mercedes pivots. Russell is squeezed out in favor of a past champion returning. Each scenario carries its own drama, but for now, the likely outcome is a middle ground. A deal is near, but terms will be heavily negotiated even in final hours. Reports suggest a multi-year agreement worth $40 million is on the table. This isn't just about one driver or one team. It speaks to how F1 handles talent, loyalty, and ambition. Mercedes, long regarded as a pinnacle team, is faced with a question: build around Russell or chase a star? Russell, for his part, is fighting not just for money or years, he's fighting for identity. To be seen as a pillar, not a placeholder. His contract standoff is emblematic of the tension between performance and politics, between merit and prestige, and the next chapter will ripple across the sport. In the paddock, deals are made and broken in whispers, alliances built and shattered in silence. But one truth remains. On Sundays, under lights, wheel to wheel, George Russell's worth is no longer an argument. It's proven. Will Mercedes commit? Will Russell secure his future? Or will this saga conclude with someone else taking his seat? Only time and the pen will tell.